Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins and Trevor.
Starve from the sun, not to burn up and not to be too cold, as pretty much is the case with Mars and obviously Venus and Mercury. So circumstances, conditions had to be just right for the atmosphere to be left so that we adapted to that, all the stuff that goes with it. And I just find it hard to believe that that could not or would not have happened elsewhere in the universe. I mean, when we say the universe, it's just a word, isn't it? But actually, I think I was reading the other day, funnily enough, that they think the extent of the universe, which is constantly expanding ever since the Big Bang, which we believed was the beginning of everything, beginning of time, they think it's around, 90 to 100 billion light years big now. Now, as far as we're concerned, the Big Bang goes back to about 13.8 billion years. But obviously, ever since this has all been worked out, it's getting bigger and bigger at a faster and faster rate. So really, it's an infinite universe, and we probably can't take that concept in. But yeah, it's and the fact is, we are here and we can observe this universe. We're sufficiently intelligent creatures to observe us and our surroundings and to try and ask questions about what is this all about. I see the other day that Elon Musk, who I'm sure most people respect greatly, is a very brilliant man, but he actually said recently he thinks there's a 1 in a billion chance that this life we have is not someone's simulation, someone's plaything, if you would. So he said a 1 in a billion chance that it's not that. So in other words, he's saying that the real likelihood is that it is someone's computer game, someone's simulation, someone's plaything. And in fact, in the same article, there were 2 other eminent people, scientists, etc., who have said very similar things down the years. And someone else actually said, interestingly, he said, well, yeah, he said, it's possible. He said, because it could just be another way of describing our creator, God or whatever, someone's plaything that's probably not the right word, but someone's creation. And yeah, I think Musk is really saying that he thinks there's something behind this that is generating what we have here. But yeah, it's a long-winded answer to your question, but I think it must be inevitable that there would be aliens. If we will call them aliens, to them we're aliens, of course, but out there, probably in great numbers, in billions of stars, planets, and so on. So it could be just like that. So yeah, I do believe in that, and in fact, a lot of people believe that they've actually visited us in the last century. A lot of people believe that Eisenhower actually met with them, and of course, this is the Area 51 where it's long been thought that an alien spacecraft crashed, and then when it's come up from time to time, the authorities, they show pictures of probably some ridiculous little being who's not real, so as to think, it's all a load of rubbish. And I think perhaps they're dependent on the public thinking it is a load of rubbish. So yeah, I don't know either way, of course, but I have a hunch that aliens have visited Earth before. I just have that feeling, but it's a bit out there, that off the wall, isn't it? And we have no evidence, so it's only what we maybe perceive ourselves from things we've read. But and I've read a couple of books which are very, very convincing about a spacecraft once in this country in Norfolk some years ago, in the 80s, a spacecraft that landed and eventually went again, but there was a lot of evidence of burning activity around in this forest. I think it's Rendlesham Forest, something like that. If you see a book about Rendlesham, is it Forest? Rendlesham, it's an American air base there, and if you read that book, I would be surprised if even you, who says you don't believe in aliens, wouldn't say afterwards, actually, I think there's something about this. I've got the book somewhere, but I know it's to do with Rendlesham. It's a Rendlesham Air Base in Norfolk. Anyway, so yeah, that's we think of aliens. How do we see them? One thing I was going to suggest talking about today was about do we ever really see ourselves as others see us?
Oh yeah,
Which is quite a fascinating subject, isn't it?
it
Do
is.
you think? Let me ask you that question. Do you think we see ourselves as others see us?
Yeah, I actually. All right, so I think it might have been like 10 years ago or more, and I looked in the mirror. You might think I'm
You
losing my
looked in the
mind.
mirror, yeah, yeah.
I,
Go
look,
on.
I looked in the mirror and I stared at myself in the mirror for about 2 minutes, and it felt like eternity. We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.